Welcome to Culturally Incorrect, the podcast where two friends dive into the ordinary, turning the mundane into a humorous adventure.
Join us for laughter, candid conversations, and a dose of friendship as we explore the everyday topics that make life truly basic.
We're your hosts, Ken.
And Z.
We're here to turn your everyday into a fun-filled conversation.
So grab the drink of your choice, put on your headphones, and let's chat. Welcome to another episode of Culturally Incorrect. In today's episode, we find out just how many hobbies Ken actually has and if Z is the drama. Does she need to atone for her wrongdoing? What are some hobbies that you have today?
Man, I need to have less hobbies, to tell you the truth. That's my problem.
Let's get into it. Let's get into all these hobbies.
I don't sit still enough, and I realize that because when I'm sitting still, I'm thinking, oh man, I could be doing something, or I could be doing this, or I could be doing that. Like there's not a moment, and then I complain about not having time to sit still, because I don't make time to sit still. So it's just a weird thing. But I think I make beads, right? Because that keeps my hands busy. So that was the first thing I started doing when I got out the military, because I was a mechanic, right? So I needed something to do with my hands, especially when I stopped working on aircraft. So my hands get really idle, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I started making beads, and I'd make beads all the time, right? Beaded bracelets, beaded bracelets. So beaded bracelets, beaded necklaces, you name it. I'll sit there and I'll make, right? And I'll just make them, make a little design, make them. I got a whole thing of just beaded bracelets, right? That I just my mind, I was like, oh, I'm gonna just make beaded bracelets, give them away, sell them, do whatever, right? And then it went from that. I've got a whole T-shirt making business upstairs, right? So I've got the direct to print printer. I've got the print press. I've got everything up there to make. I have not made any T-shirts.
I don't think I knew that.
But I haven't made any T-shirts. But I have a whole setup to make T-shirts.
Man. I wish I'd have known that. I paid somebody to make my all of my honeymoon T-shirts.
Oh. Yeah, I probably had it at that point, but I have it. I have it up there, and I've got the software and everything, and I haven't made time to dedicate to making them, and then like giving them away. But that's on the agenda. I 3D print, so I still got my 3D printer that I use all the time and give stuff away, and that's probably a good hobby. Yeah, there's just so many that I just keep doing, and I probably pick up as many as I can, right? Just because I've always wanted to I always want to do something. I always want to know how to do something. So if there's something that I can do myself as opposed to paying for it, I will pay double to learn how to do it myself, and then wind up just saying, okay, well, I can do that if I need to do it sometime down the line. But yeah.
Yeah, even now you're chopping and screwing, editing, and all this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you are a hobby fiend. But the one that I was thinking about was the fish.
Oh, my fish? Oh, that's not a hobby. That's my pets.
I mean, they're pets, but like, I guess okay.
Yeah, that's not a hobby. Like, well, I mean, they always say that you don't keep fish, you keep water. So it's not about the fish per se. It's about making sure the water is healthy enough to keep the fish and the corals and all that stuff. But yeah, that. I guess that could be considered. And I guess that is a hobby. A lot of people consider it a hobby. It's a very expensive hobby that I just I try to keep the fish alive as long as I can. I've had some moments. I've definitely had some moments with that tank. The tank, well, not that tank, but the different variations of the tank over the years. But I've been keeping fish since I was in Okinawa back in 2020. I think that was my first fish tank. So it's been over 20 years that I've done that. So
2020.
Yeah, 20. I'm sorry, not 2020. 2000. So I went to Okinawa in 2000.
I was like, wait a minute, I knew you in
2020. No. I had the fish tank in 2020, but yeah, the 2000. Since 2000, when I went over to Okinawa, I think I went in '99, and I got my first fish tank in 2000. Yeah, it's been a while.
When I was thinking of, that's cool.
Yeah, I gotta get less hobbies. How about you? What are your hobbies?
Well, I need more hobbies, so I wanted to learn how to crochet.
Kiana knows how.
I don't have.
Huh? What are you talking about? Kiana knows how. Kiana can show you. She has no patience.
She can show me, but I just was like, oh, I forgot already.
No.
Oh yeah, for real. So when I worked in King of Prussia, everybody I worked with was close to retirement age. So on our lunch, Joan was my coworker. She would show me.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, this how you have to start it with this knot every time, da da da. She showed me, and I'm like, all right. And then like, a week go by, and I'm like, I want to do that again. To the point she was like, okay, I don't think you want to learn because you should be practicing when you get home. And so anyway, so I tried and it didn't work. So I don't know that I can. But anyway, so that's something that I want to learn to do because some of the stuff that I see, I'm like, oh, that's so cool. It'd be really cool, like you said, if you could do it yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then I think for me, my biggest hobby, and I only call it a hobby because I don't know what else to call it, is me volunteering. Like that's how I like to spend my downtime.
Mm-hmm.
And it can be anywhere. I don't care. Hopefully there's children involved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because adults drive me crazy.
Well,
However, comma.
I was gonna say, I mean, my house needs to be clean. I can throw some kids around here. You can just volunteer if you want. You can volunteer to clean my house, and
All right,
I'll just borrow some
let me make myself
kids.
clear. I will volunteer for a cause. Now I will clean for a cause. Your house isn't one of them. That's not a
What are you
cause.
talking
That's
about?
there's no cause. What's the cause?
The help kin fund. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I mean, we
Not a cause.
we can name it. What I mean, if you really want a name to go with it, I can name it whatever you want. I mean,
Absolutely not. And so I love yeah, I love volunteering. I think that's what I but I was like, oh, I need to do stuff to get out of the house more. And then I'm like, do I really though? I mean, I think that's just a social construct
hmm
that I'm like stuck on. I don't think I need to get out of that. I'm perfectly content,
yeah.
you know,
But I'm
staying
saying,
in.
friends help friends. You,
Friends help friends. What?
I mean, that's
Are
an
we back to cleaning the
yes. We're
house?
gonna talk
No.
about charity. Like, we're
Charity
because
starts in mi casa. Listen,
because
no,
we can
I
figure.
love you so
We,
much. You know
we,
what I'll do? You know what I'll
what's
do?
that?
I'll pay for somebody to clean
No,
it.
no, no, no. I don't like strangers.
Hey,
Hey,
you
I
just
did
said
that.
you need the house
No, no, no.
clean.
I did that once, and stuff went missing.
Oh,
So one time, you get one time with me. I
oh
paid,
no.
and then we looked around and was like, "Where's this thing at?" And I'm like, "I know it was here," and wasn't there
Did you
no more.
call the company and get the money?
No, no, no. I did not call the company. Well, that's an offline conversation.
Okay, all right.
But
Because I want to double
yeah,
back, but I would absolutely send somebody that I know personally. I'm not sending a cleaning agency. Like we're not calling a maid service. Absolutely not. I so
well,
I felt bad,
if it's
right?
that person you that I'm thinking about, yes, absolutely, send that person over. Like,
That's
the
absolutely.
whole house will be spotless before she gets here, and I will use that time to have a conversation.
So let's just talk and chat for a second. So yeah, so we had somebody come clean before we had a party one time, and I thought the same thing. I was like, oh my gosh, no, da, 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 it's missing.
Yeah.
And then I found it,
Did you
and
call the company?
no, I called her, and I
Oh.
told her because so she came, and then I guess I don't know if it was her niece or somebody. She had them come help
hmm
because it was a bigger job than she expected, and I was like, I think you're whoever, and I accused that person
hmm
because they had never been to the house, and that's when I couldn't find it, and then Cole was like, you gotta call her back and tell her that you found it, and I was like, but do I know?
You didn't call her back. You better have called her back. No. Now I do some shady stuff. I may skip out on a check every now and then, see, but I ain't never accused somebody of
Listen,
something.
okay, first of all,
Uh-huh.
let's be clear. It's not a bad thing. It's just a
To what?
um
About
like I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't take anything.
you were wrong. See, so we talking about
Yeah.
doubling down on your wrong. Like, so you was wrong.
Okay.
Found out you was wrong. Had
Yeah.
somebody tell you you were wrong
Yeah.
and did not correct your wrong by saying I apologize. Isn't that ownership people take, that accountability? Say, hey, I
So
may have.
I found
I'm,
what I was looking for. I found the missing item and then, we moved on.
we no apology.
Apologize to who? I didn't have that woman's number.
You had the woman's number to call her.
That woman, but not the woman who
Okay,
I
so you would
accused.
apologize to her because that's family. You'd be like, hey, yo, I'm sorry, yo. Like I made a mistake and I
Why are
actually
you trying to
found
make
it.
me the villain?
I'm not trying to make you the villain. I'm just saying, like,
I'm
wow,
not the villain.
wow.
Am I the drama?
in that in that situation, yes. In that situation, calls
Listen,
like you had
okay. I
the
mean, we were talking about hobbies and stuff, and now you get on me about
I
not
don't
doing
know, but
something that I should have done, and I just feel attacked.
I'm
I feel
sorry.
attacked.
I don't mean to attack. Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I did call her, and I
Oh,
had egg all over my face, and I felt so bad because I was like, did you stop working with her for that? Like, did you stop calling her on,
yeah.
to help you out? But yeah, no, really, I did.
You didn't call. Why would you? Why? I thought you like you had me there for a minute. I thought you sitting there lying. Like,
I felt so like,
so was
it
it the
happened.
same day? If it,
No, no, no. Oh no, it was months later
it
that
was
I
months.
found out.
Okay, well then if it's month, well no, because now that woman homeless and she couldn't feed her kids,
Absolutely not.
that
Absolutely not.
woman she ain't got no more work no more.
Absolutely not.
Like I think I
It was
saw
like
her the
it
other
was
day on the corner. I,
it was like 2 or 3 months after it
mm,
happened that I went and like did like a how you do a deep clean of your closet or whatever, you start giving away things,
mm-hmm,
and I went through my stuff and I was like,
mm,
yeah, like I had no idea it
mm,
would even be there, in that
that
place, because otherwise I would have
that
looked there.
that is terrible.
So yeah, I do. Okay, all right.
That is terrible. I don't
I'll make
like.
atonement for something for somebody else in another
That's why
area.
you volunteer. You got that guilty conscience. I swear. that's that's what a lot of volunteering comes from. Like, oh man, I got to make up for some of this stuff that I've done in my life. Like,
Well, I'm a God-fearing woman, and he says that you should take care of the
mm-hmm.
widows, the
You
poor, the
should.
children.
You should.
That's why I volunteer. Don't come at my
You
neck
know,
because
I'm just saying. You know, the court gives out
I don't
volunteer.
run out on tabs.
I'm just
Yeah,
the court gives out community service for a reason. It's for atonement. Like, you said,
yeah,
you,
yeah. Oh gosh, don't call me evil up in
I didn't
here.
call you evil. I'm just saying. Sometimes sometimes we atone different ways, right?
Listen,
Like
listen.
quick to
You're not
judgment.
finna make me. You're not finna make me out to be the
I'm
villain.
not saying you're
I
the
said I
villain.
messed
I
up.
mean, you got your little horns going on and everything today, so I mean, you could you could technically.
Oh gosh. You know
Oh,
what? It's okay. So that means that I need to go ahead and volunteer someplace else for another however many hours.
wow,
I'll make up for it.
wow, that's funny, man. It's funny the things that are like that are taboo for us, right? So for me, I in a minute, I will skip out on like I'll be like, oh man, you messed up. That's your fault, and wouldn't think twice about it. You have a conscience about that,
So
but I would never accuse somebody of wrongdoing, find out that I was wrong, and not apologize. I will put egg on my face for that all day long. Just be like, yo, but my bad. I ain't mean to do you like
yeah,
that. You know, da da da
yeah,
da. But that's funny that you have no conscience about that whatsoever. It's just kind of like,
yeah. I think I'm good. Yeah.
it's funny.
Hey,
Hey,
sorry, fella.
so
Oh
so
God.
when we talk about that's funny. Let's talk about a little entertainment, yo. Like
Entertainment.
what is the one movie or the one series or what do you fall back on when you're like, oh yo, I'm bored, I got time on my hands, and I need to be entertained.
Oh, see, that's okay. Hold on. All right, I'm out because I'm gonna break this question down.
Okay.
If we're talking, what's a fallback movie that no matter if it's on TV, if I'm walking past and I see it, I'm stopping, I'm watching Man on Fire every time.
Man
Do you
on
know that
Fire.
movie? The way you just looked at me as if you had never heard of,
Never heard of Man on
therefore
Fire.
never seen,
Man on
therefore have
Fire.
never experienced.
Yeah.
I know you like.
Nah.
Okay.
Man on Fire.
So it's Man on Fire. But then I'm gonna finish answering that question. For entertainment, like if I'm just bored and I'm like, oh man, I really need something to watch, it's gonna be any of the Friday series. Like it's gonna make me laugh. Like if I'm down and I just need something to get me
Mm-hmm.
out of whatever it is. Anything from the Friday series. And then if I'm just like I want to feel bad, I want to have a little cry or something. What? Okay,
Why would you want to cry?
okay. What?
Why would
Because
you want?
sometimes you need, so okay, so I don't know if I've told you this, but I don't cry. Like okay. I don't know how to say it. I feel like if I say this, you're gonna go back to the serial killer. Risk, risk of that, I'm still gonna say it. I don't like to cry,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like to cry in front of people.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's something happening that's sad and it's like, oh man, that's crazy, I'm locked up. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Like straight up G, right?
Really?
But you know, I have times where it's like, oh, it welled up, and this is enough, right? Or you look at a commercial and you be like, dang, that make me feel something.
Yeah.
Why does the commercial make you feel something? Oh, you must need to cry. Okay, so then I will go to A Time to Kill, Selena, and um, well, those are the two that I will go to like every time. Um, yeah.
Wow. And then just to jump on in on that, right? There's one movie that makes me cry every time I see the one scene. Like the one scene, I can't help but cry, and I just can't, right? And I'm not a big crier. Like I would always tell people, I cry 3 times a year. You get 3 cries out of me. Like, and normally
Three
that's
cries a year.
3 cries a year. That's it. Normally it's reserved for my mom.
Hmm.
Or my daughter. That's usually the only two people. I would not even cry for one of my wives. Like
Hmm.
normally, and that would irritate them, right? Because you
Hmm.
would have an emotional moment, and I wouldn't
Yeah.
cry, right? But normally, I only cry 3 times a year. Like that's very reserved. But the one movie that will make me cry every time is 10 Things I Hate About You. When she stands up in the classroom and she does that speech about being, about the fact that she still loves him even though she's really hurt, makes me cry every time.
Are you joking with me
I
or
am
are you
not.
being
I am not
legit?
joking with you. 10 Things I Hate. Have you ever seen 10 Things I Hate About You?
Yes.
Yes, the movie where she stands up and she's reading her poem, and she reads her poem out loud. And she starts crying and tearing up. Guaranteed to make me cry every time. Yeah, because that is really emotional, and she really loves that man, and she's
Oh
just like,
wow. I would have never guessed that in a
yeah,
billion years.
every time, cry every
Ten
time.
things.
10 Things I Hate About You makes me cry every time.
Yo, that's wild. All right, so let's get back to why you've never seen Man on Fire
Man on
because
fire.
I have
What's
not
this
skipped
man on
it.
fire thing like?
Denzel,
Uh huh.
Dakota Fanning.
I have to look, man. I
First of
may
all,
have
that was when
seen it.
Dakota was just coming up.
Okay.
She was doing her thing with a little one tooth missing or crooked. I can't remember which one that was. I love that
I'm
movie
sure I've
so
seen it, but
much.
I don't remember it. It doesn't stand out. What was the premise behind the movie?
He was an ex something. I don't know if it was military or
Hmm.
whatever. And he goes to Mexico and he gets a bodyguard position to protect this child. Um, so yes, Dakota Fanning was a child, but her mom was white and dad was Mexican. Before you be like, wait, Mexican. So yes, Dakota Fanning lived in Mexico
Uh-huh.
with her mother and her father, and he was rich, and so they were targeting and kidnapping the rich families' children to get their money, right?
Hmm.
To extort their money from. And so they built a bond. His name is Kirsty, and oh man, I love that movie.
I'm
Like
gonna have to
I
watch it,
love that movie.
but I think I may have watched it, but I don't remember it very well.
His it's like the hero complex. Like
Hmm.
he is the hero in that story, and like he does everything and sacrifices for her
Yeah.
because they built a bond like that because he had nobody. Like he had nobody. Yeah, man, that's my movie. But it doesn't make me cry. I will say, have you so I, when I listen to like certain clips from movies where they intentionally use these songs
Yeah.
to make you have some type of pull to it,
Yeah.
like Set It Off, that song when she's getting shot up,
Hmm.
Man on Fire when he's getting shot up, uh like there's so many when you hear these songs start to play, and some of it is just even like vocals, right? It's not even a song, it's just sounds. Oh man, they're so they're so
No.
so awesome.
Man,
Yeah, yeah, man.
I think I think for me, my go-to series is The Wire. Right, I can watch The Wire
Over and over.
over and over and over. And when I get like a mood where I'm just kind of like, I'm gonna veg out, and I'm just going to like every day when I come home, I'm just gonna watch something. The Wire. If it's not The Wire, it was Game of Thrones. For entertainment purposes, for movies, Lean on Me is probably one of my favorite movies to watch. Just to you smoke crack, don't you? Like that.
Yeah, smoke crack, don't you?
Yeah, that to me. Um, those are probably my go-to's.
I know Lean on Me was one of your movies. That's in my top five.
Yeah, Lean on Me
Mm-hmm.
all every day.
Yeah,
Like
that's in my.
Life. Life was one of mine because we used to watch that one. Anytime there was a typhoon, I made my kids watch Life.
So they
So
hate it.
no, they love Life. Like
Oh,
my kids like I don't think they watch it on their own very much no more, but that's probably a built-in like mechanism for them. We had a typhoon, we go on lockdown for 3 days. The first movie we watched, just in case power went out, we'd all sit down around the TV
watch
and
Life.
we'd watch Life, and we'd watch Life, and my kids, I think I told you, my kids have up to the point where they may have chosen to. They had never seen the original Wizard of Oz. They only know the Wiz.
Mm-hmm.
So when they found out that there was actually a Wizard of Oz movie, they were like, "What is this?"
What
So
is this bootleg movie?
yeah, what is this? What is this nonsense? This and then so even my daughter like around here, like of course a lot of kids have never seen the Wiz of her age group. So immediately she was like, "You never seen the Wiz?" Michael Jackson, Diana Ross, and she's like, "We're watching it." So she
I
literally,
remember
yeah,
she
yeah,
did that with me
yeah.
when we had game night. She was like, and she started ripping off all the characters, and she was like, "What? You don't know?"
Wait, you hadn't seen the
So
Wiz?
funny. Not all the way through.
What? Are you serious?
No, when I was little, like it would play, and it was so long, and so it'd be like, "Oh, all right, that's cool," and then I would go do something else.
Wow.
So I've seen the whole movie, just
Yeah,
not all together until I got older, until I was an adult, and then I watched it all the way through.
yeah.
Yeah, because everybody they look the same way, like
Wow.
you hurt they feeling.
Wow.
So yeah, when I became an adult, then I watched it all the way through, and
Absolutely.
it was amazing. I ain't gonna hold you.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Culturally Incorrect. Please join us next time.